The Purdue University Physics Archives houses mementos from nearly a century of physics, recording memories of moments lost to time, waiting to be rediscovered, to be remembered. From electronics to paper, all these items found their way here, and there is no telling what one can discover. What's in here? Wow. What are these? Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah, that sounds great. This box that I found contains over 100 glass plates that may be over a century old. Some of them are even dated back to 1907. It looks like these were sent out across the nation by Yerkes Observatory in Wisconsin. And I just got off the phone with them. They told me that I can bring these back to them. So let's go check out this observatory.
Thank you. This is amazing. I can't wait to look in. I am Dr. Amanda Bauer. I'm the Deputy Director here at Yerkes Observatory, the head of science and education. So I am in charge of the entire glass plate collection that we have here, one of the largest in the world, trying to pull out the history and the scientific research benefit for both the scientific community and the public. And then we also run education programs, outreach into the community, and we are restoring our telescopes to do research with those. So all of those projects are what I run here at Yerkes. Show me what you got here. New moon in the old moon's arms. That's poetic. I don't even know what it means.
Old astronomers, you know how they like to be.
All right, so we've got a lot of moons here. This is Lunar Crater at number 64. Taken with the 40-inch, and it's published in the second volume of publications from Yerkes.
Yep, and we have switch up now.
Okay, star cloud, 4-hour exposure with the Bruce. Mm-hmm. So I'm seeing a pattern where we've got these numbers here, and they all tell us what telescope they were taken with. We have some old catalogs.
Oh.
Yerkes used to produce a set of images. People could choose from a catalog of different types of images that they would want either slides from.
Really?
So let me go grab those and see if we can match up some of these numbers to what's in the catalog and see if this is where they came from.
Okay, amazing.
All right, I have some catalogs.
Okay.
Starting in 1911. That's the first one I have all the way through the 1980s.
Wow.
And these would have been catalogs that astronomers and institutions could have looked through and ordered individual lantern slides by their number.
So that's where these could have come from?
I think so, yeah.
Okay, yeah. What would they have used these for?
They would have used them in a classroom. They would have used them for research. They would have used these for presentations. Mm-hmm. So if they traveled around to different institutions to give presentations, they would have put these slides inside of a lantern and projected them onto the wall. So they would have had each individual astronomer might have had a traveling set that they took with them in order to talk about their research or their science. So this is 632. So let's see if we can find that. It's a nebula.
Okay. So this catalog, it's from 1911. Was this the first one of these that they would have made?
It's the second catalog of lantern slides, transparencies, and prints from negatives made at Yerkes Observatory.
Okay.
April 1911. So we're in the anniversary month right now.
Perfect. And these dates seem to line up with that. This is from 1907.
Morehouse Comet. Nope.
Not from that one.
Oh, but it's from the Milky Way, so maybe it'll be in this one. No.
Interesting.
Cool. All right, the mystery
Let's
continues.
pivot back to Milky Way if we can. See if 469 maybe in there.
Oh, I do have a 469. Okay, so here it says star clouds and vacancies.
Yeah, that's it.
Vacancies. So vacancies would have been the dark spots in between the brightness that at the time that they didn't really know what that was.
Wow.
And this would have been an E.E. Barnard exposure is my guess.
I don't know what it says, but
it's the Bruce telescope. So that was brought here by E.E. Barnard to use. Yeah, Barnard was one of the most prolific and talented astrophotographers of this time. He had a background in photography and started taking astro images, came to Yerkes Observatory in the early 1900s and did the bulk of his work here. So we have a huge amount of images that he did. And you can tell when you look at some of them, like this one I'm guessing is one of his, this beautiful nebula with one of the vacancies in it. It's just amazing. It's like an art form that he captured while he was here. One of his amazing publications was actually published after he died by his niece, Mary Calvert, who also worked here. She became the owner of the glass plate collection after he passed in 1925, I think is when that happened.
I think if I recall correctly, he has a star named after him too.
He does. He discovered one of the fastest moving stars across the sky, according to our perspective on Earth. And he was actually studying those dark spots, so those vacancies, which we learned that they're dust that's blocking light coming from behind them. It's not the absence of things.
Yeah. So at the very least, some of these are probably from 1911, which is...
Yeah, or even before. I mean, maybe these came from the first catalog, because this, oh, that's amazing.
Incredible.
Cool.
Yeah, do we know when the first catalog would have been made?
Somewhere between 1900 and 1911.
Somewhere in there, yeah.
They started taking the glass plates in the early 1900s, so maybe it would have taken them a few years, 1907 or so, to actually produce, to get the idea to produce these catalogs, because they would have wanted to share them with everybody.
Right. And are these something that you have here already? Do you know if you have like a backlog of Yerkes of lantern slides everywhere?
We do have a sampling of them, but as far as I know, we do not have a complete collection. And this definitely incorporates a lot more examples of lantern slides than what I knew existed, which is great. I mean, I've seen these catalogs, but I haven't seen examples of most of these objects.
Can you tell me a little bit about what it means to have these back at Yerkes? What maybe if you know what the plan is for these going forward?
Well, certainly there are so many opportunities for what we can do. I think my first plan is going to be to see if we can actually align these with the historic catalogs that we have to create kind of a complete set, or understand a little bit more of the history of what Yerkes did with the catalogs and who some of the images went to around the world. And then we can use them to kind of tell a history of how astronomical images were created right up to today, when you can take these amazing images in your phone. You essentially have a telescope and an amazing camera just walking around with you in your pocket. But now we have examples of the history, so I'm sure they'll be incorporated into some of our educational activities, to some of our historical exhibits, and the story of how Yerkes grew to be such a pivotal astronomical observatory in the world at that time.
Amazing. Well, we're so happy that we could bring these back to you, and we hope you have fun kind of discovering everything that you can about these and use them for science and education purposes.
Well, thank you for bringing them back. It feels like they're home, and I can't wait to dig in.
Of course. Well, have fun.
Thank you, Dylan.
The plates that I found were really lantern slides from more than 100 years ago. Some of them we even were able to date back to the 1911 Yerkes Observatory catalog. No one knows how these got into the Purdue Physics Archives or who brought them there, but that's another mystery for another time. For now, they're back home with Yerkes Observatory. That helps them maintain a more complete record of what they sold out of their catalogs. Who knows what other hidden mysteries we may uncover in the physics archives.